Welcome to Quenched with Kirby. I'm your host, Edgar Kirby. On today's episode, I am going to set you up in a really strong way. If you're somebody who is just beginning their weight loss journey, or perhaps you're a few weeks in and feeling a little bit lost. On today's episode, we're going to break it down. We're going to begin with understanding weight loss, the importance of nutrition, the role of physical activity, and mindset. These are things that I implemented in 2022 when I reached my highest weight at 22 plus stone. I went on to lose 125 pounds and I have maintained that weight loss for almost 2 years now. These are the basic things that you really need to take into account for your own personal journey to be successful and sustainable for the long term. As many of you will be aware, or perhaps you're new here to the podcast, in 2022, I decided to switch my life around after getting up to almost 22 plus stone. And I successfully have lost 125 pounds and kept it off, doing the things that I'm going to explain to you today. Understanding weight loss, the basics, calories in versus calories out, metabolism and that's effects on those weight loss efforts. Simply put, calories in refers to the number of calories you consume through food and beverages, while calories out refers to the number of calories your body uses to maintain your weight. These two need to be balanced. If you consume more calories than you burn, you will gain weight. Conversely, if you burn more calories than you consume, you will lose weight. It's all about that balance. Now, let's talk about metabolism. Metabolism is the process by which your body converts food into energy. It involves a series of chemical reactions that occur to support life. There are several components to metabolism, but the key ones are your BMR, or basal metabolic rate. This is the number of calories your body needs at rest to maintain basic bodily functions. BMR can vary based on factors like your age, gender, muscle mass, and your genetics. For example, younger individuals and those with more muscle tend to have a higher BMR. In summary, achieving and maintaining a healthy weight involves understanding the balance of calories in versus calories out, recognizing the role of metabolism and acknowledging the various factors that can affect weight management. It's not just about numbers, it's about your overall lifestyle and choices. Our physical activity. This includes everything from structured exercise like going to the gym or swimming or walking to everyday movements. Physical activity. This includes everything from structured exercise to everyday movements like walking or even fidgeting. The more active you are, the more calories you burn. The thermic effect of food, or TEF. This refers to the energy your body uses to digest, absorb, and metabolize food. It accounts for about 10% of your total daily energy expenditure. Several factors can affect weight management beyond just calories in and calories out. Let's discuss a few. Genetics. Your genetic makeup can influence how your body stores fat, how efficiently you burn those calories, and even your appetite levels. Some people are genetically predisposed to gain weight more easily than others. Hormonal changes, particularly those related to stress, sleep, and conditions like thyroid disorders, can impact your metabolism and appetite. For instance, elevated cortisol levels from chronic stress can lead to increased hunger and cravings. Poor sleep quality or insufficient sleep can disrupt hormones that regulate hunger, leading to, again, that increased appetite and potential weight gain. The types of food you eat can also play a role. Whole foods like fruits and vegetables, lean proteins and whole grains can enhance our satiety and support our metabolisms, while processed foods may lead to overeating. The importance of nutrition and things that affects and how you can use it to your advantage. We are pretty much aware at this point that to lose weight, we need to maintain a calorie deficit, which basically means you need to consume fewer calories than your body expends, creating that calorie deficit. Research published in the journal Obesity highlights that a caloric deficit of 500 to 600 calories per day can lead to a weight loss of about 1 to 2 pounds per week, which is considered a safe and sustainable rate. You don't want to be doing extreme things, extreme restriction, and losing all of this weight incredibly quickly, having no real structure to it, and then gaining it all back within a few weeks, or yo-yo dieting, and I have certainly been guilty of that in the past. So nutrient density. A balanced diet emphasises nutrient-dense foods, those high in vitamins, minerals and other beneficial nutrients relative to their calorie count. A study in the journal Nutrients found that diets rich in fruits, vegetables, whole grains and lean proteins, as I've mentioned earlier, not only support weight loss but also provide essential nutrition that can help prevent chronic diseases. Having a balanced and varied diet is incredibly important for satiety and that appetite regulation. Consuming foods that are high in fibre and protein can enhance feelings of fullness and help regulate your appetite, making it easier to maintain a calorie deficit. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition indicates that high protein diets can increase satiety and reduce overall calorie intake. In one study, participants who consumed higher protein diets reported lower hunger levels and ate fewer calories throughout the day. And I can certainly testify to that on a personal level. Once I elevated my protein levels up and made sure to keep an eye on everything else, and fibre is an incredibly important one too, it was the difference. It was like a switch was clicked on and it just all made sense, because you were getting that fullness, that satisfaction, and you were supporting your body correctly, and your body will reward you for that behaviour too. Your metabolic rate. So a balanced diet can positively affect and influence your metabolic rate, or the rate at which your body burns calories. A study published in the Journal of Nutrition showed that diets containing adequate protein can boost the thermic effect of food, or TEF, which is the energy, again, expended during digestion. This effect can be significant enough to enhance your overall calorie expenditure. Feeding back into that thought of higher protein diets, because protein is incredibly high on the TEF scale, and it, expends a whole lot of calories as the body is breaking it down. When losing weight, it is crucial to minimise muscle loss to maintain metabolic rate and overall strength. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, individuals who engaged in resistance training while following a higher protein diet lost fat while preserving lean muscle mass, which is essential for weight loss and metabolic health. It is incredibly important that you use strengthening exercises, keep building those muscles, keep them strong, because that will in turn ramp up your metabolic rate even further. So blood sugar control. A balanced diet that includes complex carbohydrates, healthy fats and proteins can help stabilise blood sugar levels, reducing cravings and overeating. Your gut health. Nutrition plays a vital role in maintaining a healthy gut microbiome, which can influence body weight and metabolism. Research in Nature Reviews Gastroenterology and Hepatology suggests that a diet rich in fibre from fruits, vegetables and whole grains supports a diverse gut microbiome. A healthy microbiome is associated with better weight management and reduced inflammation. Your mental well-being. Nutrition affects mental health, and a balanced diet can support emotional well-being, which is important for maintaining motivation during weight loss. Studies have shown a link between nutrition and mental health, with diets high again in those fruits, veggies, grains and proteins associated with reduced levels of depression and anxiety, as published in Nutritional Neuroscience. In summary, nutrition and a balanced diet are integral to successful weight loss because they help create a caloric deficit, enhance satiety, stabilise your blood sugar levels, maintain muscle mass, support metabolic health, and promote overall well-being. By focusing on nutrient-dense foods and a balanced intake of macronutrients, individuals can achieve sustainable weight loss and improve their overall health. I remember on my own personal journey through weight loss, and again, it isn't just about weight loss, it really is an overall thing. It kind of transforms you as a person on the whole for the better. And that change takes a lot of work, but what you will find instantaneously within even 2 to 3 weeks, I want to say, you will notice that shift in your mind and the feeling in your body when you start feeding it properly. It's about giving the body the things that it actually wants and needs, and trying to avoid overly processed foods. Of course, it is important that you still enjoy your life and do this in a sustainable way. I still drink alcohol. I will have a bit of cake when I want it, but I'm just not eating the whole cake. I'm not drinking the whole bottle of wine. It's about making these conscious choices for the long term and committing to yourself that little bit more, and not being satisfied by that quick fix, short-term fix, or immediate gratification in any situation that you may be in. The role of physical activity, or exercise, or movement, or hell, depending on what you want to call it. I feel like over the years, even myself, and I'm a trained dancer, have always been incredibly physically fit, really active. I found myself kind of turning away from exercise and avoiding it when I got to that 22 plus stone, because I just felt, you get into this really, really dark mindset about things and everything just seems like a struggle. But when you start to improve things slightly, bit by bit, day by day, you start to kind of allow that light and happiness back into you, and that you actually deserve to live really well and you deserve to feel well too. So the importance of engaging in physical activity is a great tool to help you. It increases the number of calories your body burns, and this, of course, is essential for creating that caloric deficit, which is necessary for weight loss. If you are not losing weight, 99% of the time, you are simply not in a calorie deficit. According to the American College of Sports Medicine, a combination of aerobic exercise and strength training can significantly enhance caloric burn, helping to achieve and maintain weight loss. For example, moderate intensity exercise can burn about 200 to 400 calories per hour, and depending on the activity and, of course, the individual's weight too. So don't use exercise as a means to eat more, though, because often a lot of those trackers can be 50 to 60% out. So be really, really careful with that. I personally never ate back any calories from exercise because it just made sure that I was in my deficit, and it allowed for any, miscalculations in terms of tracking food. The preservation of muscle mass through physical activity. So regular physical activity, particularly resistance training, helps preserve lean muscle mass during weight loss. This is vital because muscle burns more calories at rest compared to fat tissue. Regular exercise can boost your resting metabolic rate, or RMR, the number of calories your body burns at rest. This can help with weight management over the long term. Research in the journal Obesity indicates that individuals who engage in regular physical activity can experience an increase in RMR, helping them burn more calories even when not exercising. Physical activity enhances insulin sensitivity, which means your body can use glucose more efficiently, reducing the risk of insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. A review in Diabetes Care concluded that both aerobic and resistance training improve insulin sensitivity, which is crucial for weight management and your metabolic health. Exercise, of course, is a great mood enhancer. Exercise releases endorphins, often referred to as feel-good hormones, which can enhance your mood and reduce stress. This psychological benefit can motivate you to stick to your weight loss plans and maintain that healthy lifestyle. I know when I've gone to the gym for the day or I've gone for an evening run, when I get back home, it really makes me think about the choices that I'm making with my food. It's kind of, they complement each other. You're doing all this physical activity, trying to improve that health, which is really, really important. But then it pours into your diet too. You start thinking differently about stuff, So you make a better choice at breakfast before you go to the gym or after the gym. You make a better choice at dinner time after your evening run, depending on your choice of activity. Studies published in the Psychosomatic Medicine have shown that regular physical activity is associated with lower levels of depression and anxiety, leading to better adherence to healthy behaviours, including your diet and exercise. Physical movement is incredibly important for long-term weight management. Incorporating regular physical activity plays a critical role in maintaining weight loss over the long term. Many people regain lost weight after dieting. However, those who remain active are more successful in keeping the weight off. The National Weight Control Registry, which tracks individuals who have lost significant weight and maintained that loss, reports that 94%, that's huge, 94% of those people that kept the weight off participate in regular physical activity, averaging about 1 hour per day. Regular exercise improves your cardiovascular health by strengthening the heart, improving circulation, and lowering your blood pressure. This decreases the risk of heart disease, which is often linked to obesity and poor lifestyle choices. The American Heart Association recommends at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic activity each week for cardiovascular health. Studies have shown that this level of activity significantly reduces the risk of heart disease and stroke. Physical activity and movement has got such a positive effect on an array of things. And bone health is something that you may have never thought about before. But weight-bearing and strength training exercise are essential for your bone health, helping to prevent osteoporosis and fractures as we age. It feeds into an enhanced quality of life. Physical activity contributes to a higher quality of life by improving physical fitness, enhancing mood and increasing energy levels and promoting better sleep. What I say to all of my clients when we have that week where we focus on movement and building that up is you need to think of movement as an investment in your body for the future. When you are in your 70s, 80s, do you want to be able to stand up straight, feel strong, avoiding falls and trips as much as you can by keeping your body limber, strong and healthy and fit? This is really, really important. This isn't just about looking good. Physical activity has got a genuine effect on your overall bodily system's health and well-being, not least your mental health. So please do make sure that you put some serious consideration into the amount of movement that you are doing each week. It is incredibly important. In summary, Physical activity is vital for weight loss and long-term health. It helps create that caloric deficit, preserves muscle mass, boosts your metabolic rate, improves insulin sensitivity, it enhances your mood, and supports overall cardiovascular and bone health. Moreover, regular exercise is crucial for maintaining weight loss and improving the quality of life. Incorporating physical activity into daily routines can lead to sustainable weight management and numerous health benefits, making it an indispensable component of a healthy lifestyle. Today's last section is pretty important and something I think a lot of people struggle with: mindset and motivation. Let me just start off by saying this, and I have said this numerous times before. I despise the word motivation. It never lasts. It's like a bad relationship. What you want to change that word out for is consistency. The things you do the majority of the time will determine the outcome of your actions and repeated efforts. So stick motivation in the bin, because it's not dependable, whereas consistency is. Using small, simple steps at the beginning and building upon it. Setting your goals. Let me help you and get you set up and get you going with this. So the SMART system is great. Establishing SMART goals ensures that your objectives are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Get specific with things. You need to define what you want to actually achieve. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to go to the gym 3 days a week. I want to run 5 kilometers. Get specific. Measurable. Track your progress. I will weigh myself weekly on Sunday. I will join a running group so I can achieve that 5k goal. I will sign up for a local gym and get a good induction with somebody there to show me the equipment and perhaps work with them for a plan. Make sure your goals are achievable. Set realistic goals based on your lifestyle and your commitments. For example, I will aim to lose 1 to 2 pounds per week. Aim, not will. You're aiming, okay? So it allows you that little bit of room for forgiveness too when things don't work out perfectly. You mustn't look at things in black and white. There needs to be colour and allow for some push and pull. Make sure your goals are relevant. Make sure they align with your overall health objectives. I want to improve my fitness and energy levels. Okay, so that's what you want to do. What are the things and processes that you need to put into place to make sure that your fitness and energy levels are improving? And time. So be time bound. Set a deadline for your goals. I'm currently training for a 10-kilometer run. I haven't really ran in years. I joined a local running group here with Joyce Coffey Wall, a wonderful coach, really good encouragement and support. And I achieved that 5k. That was the first small goal. Really, really happy with that. Then she set up the 5 to 10k. I'm now part of that group and will work away until I get to that point. And I've set myself a deadline, which is a local charity run here. So it's great to have something to work towards and keep yourself motivated too. Again, there's a little bit of motivation that I will allow. The short-term versus long-term goals is another important thing. So break down your overall weight loss goals into smaller, manageable, short-term goals. For instance, instead of focusing solely on losing 30 pounds, set a goal to lose 5 pounds in the next few weeks. The next month, say. Put a time frame on it. Now, what I like to do there is just utilise things like chalkboards where you can track your weight, or printable pound by pound little sticker books, whatever it is, whatever keeps you motivated. I had a small little chalkboard that had this week's weight, last week's weight, and the difference at the bottom. And that really kept me motivated. I still actually have it downstairs in a blanket box. Number 2 is tracking your progress. A food diary. Keeping a food diary can help you monitor your daily intake, identify patterns in your eating, and make adjustments as needed, because you have that information in your hands, and you can use many digital apps that are now available for convenience. Weigh yourself consistently, ideally at the same time each week. To track your progress, remember that weight can fluctuate due to various factors, so don't be discouraged by temporary increases. And I always say to you and to my clients, when they wake up in the morning, first thing, pop into the bathroom, naked or in your underwear or whatever, and get on the scales. Get up and down off it 2 or 3 times to make sure it is correct. Make sure you have not consumed any food or drank any liquids. That's really, really important. And of course, go to the bathroom first, if you need to. It's important that you keep that consistency and weigh in the same fashion each week. So you're eliminating basically any other factors that could affect it. Because sometimes when you eat a meal, you can actually, from the start of the day to the end of the day, there could be such a huge difference on your scale weight because you've eaten or drunk or different things. Now, measurements, in addition to tracking weight, consider taking body measurements. Your waist, your hips, your chest, and progress photos are great. I know at the start, I wish I had more photos and more videos, but I didn't want them because I was like, ew, absolutely not. I'm hiding away. I don't want anybody to see my body. I feel disgusting, which is understandable and personal to everybody. So take the photos, take the videos, because it is so good to have that progress and to look back from where you started to where you are now. And these methods can provide a more comprehensive view of your progress as well, especially if you are gaining muscle while losing fat. A fitness journal is a great thing to use. Log your physical activity, including the type, the duration, and intensity of your workouts. Again, you can use tracking apps for this, which makes everything so much easier. Now, my favourite thing, staying consistent. You need to create a routine. Our brains absolutely love routine. Develop a daily or weekly routine that incorporates meal planning, grocery shopping, your cooking, and your exercise. Consistency in your routine helps to reinforce the healthy habits and makes it easier to stick to your goals. Set reminders for yourself. Make sure that things are non-negotiable, like your exercise. Treat them like an appointment with your doctor or dentist. Use technology to your advantage by setting reminders for workouts or meal prep times. Calendar apps can also help you schedule these activities and keep them as a priority because they are a priority. Through all of this, it could get quite lonely, so it's important to find support if you can. Having a support system can significantly improve your accountability and motivation. Join a weight loss group, enlist a workout buddy, or engage with online communities for encouragement and advice. And of course, I have got my own online coaching business called Kirby Nutrition and Weight Loss, where you can get support if you are needing it. Just get in contact with me to set that up. Focusing on the process is incredibly empowering and not just the outcome. While it's important to have goals, shift your focus to the daily actions that lead to those goals, you must celebrate small victories like completing a workout or choosing a healthy meal instead of solely focusing on the scale. Be flexible and adaptable in your approach. Life can be unpredictable and challenges will arise. I promise you that. It is essential to stay flexible and adapt your plan when necessary. If you miss a workout or eat something that you didn't want to, don't dwell on it at all. Instead, refocus and get back to what you were doing as soon as possible. Recovery is always more important than the little slip up that you feel you have had. Practicing self-compassion through all of this is incredibly important because you are going to go through lots of physical and emotional changes. And there will also be a lot of judgment. And, you know, sometimes people aren't the most supportive when people begin to change either. Weight loss is a journey that often comes with ups and downs. So being kind to yourself and recognizing that setbacks are a normal part of the process can help maintain motivation. Avoid harsh self-criticism and focus on what you can learn from challenges. Incorporating well-defined goals, consistent tracking and sustainable strategies is fundamental for effective weight loss. By setting smart goals, monitoring your progress through food diaries and measurements, and cultivating a routine that emphasizes consistency, you can create a supportive environment for success. Remember that weight loss is often a gradual process, and the key to long-term success lies in building healthy habits that you can maintain for life. Stay patient, stay motivated, and embrace the journey towards your goals. I hope today's episode has empowered you a little bit more, and from personal experience working with my clients over the past few months, often it's poor information that we have been fed over the years that can really have a poor effect on us and lead to, mismanagement of our food, our exercise, and our busy lifestyles often neglect or allow for that room to take a bit of time for yourself. That's incredibly important. Your self-care is so incredibly important. You need to prioritize yourself. Today, we have pretty much set out the basics of the steps I would take if I was beginning again. I think education in any form and on any subject or anything that you are trying to achieve is incredibly empowering. If you've got good solid information that you know works and you understand, it will help you to plan for your future in a much, much better way. If anybody would like to message in any questions they have got, you can do so by emailing nutrition@edgarkirby.com. That's nutrition@edgarkirby.com. I would love to tackle some challenges that you are facing over the next few weeks on the podcast, any questions you may have, anything at all to do with weight loss, lifestyle and well-being. I think it's incredibly important that we connect as a community and work through this stuff together. And I look forward to empowering you even more on your journey. Don't forget to, of course, subscribe to the podcast too. I'm also on TikTok @EdgarKirby and Instagram @Edgar_Kirby_. Many of you will probably have found this podcast through those channels, and I really do appreciate the support that you give. I like to end each podcast with a little task of the week. And this week's task, I would like you to do a mini overhaul using the information in this podcast today. Take a look at the things you were doing. Even if you change nothing this week, just start to realize your own patterns, your own eating behaviors, where you can begin to improve things gently. Don't ever feel like you need to do a complete overhaul because that will often lead to frustration. You must get smart with your goals. Break them down, get into detail, and then you will begin to rebuild a lifestyle that you want for yourself. I also like to finish off the podcast with some gratitude for the week. And considering today's subjects and what we've spoken about, I would like to say thank you to all of my online weight loss clients at Kirby Nutrition and Weight Loss Coaching. They are putting all of this into action week to week. They are building up their new lifestyle with my help and assistance. They are putting in the work day to day. And that takes courage, consistency, and the unwavering belief that you will get to your goal. There is great power in your mind. And once you begin to realize that through doing these actions, you become unstoppable. You become healthier, fitter, stronger. Once you begin to realize that the power is in you for change and nobody is going to come and save any of us. While that is a scary thought, the power is in your hands for change. And you have got that power within you. But you have to get practical with it and use things that actually work and set yourself up in a way that you're happy with. It is through this education and relearning that you allow for change to happen. And soon you realize that the power has been in your hands all along. Unfortunately, nobody is going to swoop in and do all of this work for us or save us, so to speak, as scary as a thought that is. But eventually you realize that you don't need anybody to save you because the person who's going to save you is yourself. You have the power within you to change, and we all have that in us. Sometimes it just takes a while to realize. Begin small, begin to build, and quickly you will see just how powerful you really are.
Eastside boy, Turtle City.